Your website, Placester or not, it is going to matter for everything you do when it comes to lead gen.
All right, everybody, let's get into this Placester. I know we've been talking a lot about Placester inside of Lab Code Agents and a Brilliant Tribe, our coaching. What I love about them, before we get into the core pieces of a website, why they're important and what to have, I want to mention that their blogs, how they structure them for you, they do all the heavy lifting, is really a big piece to Placester. If you haven't tested them out, I know we're going to put in a QR code or a link. Go ahead and test them out. They're absolutely amazing. The goal is to put you on page one or the AI overview by Google. That's the goal every time. But it's a hit or miss, but it does happen. That's the cool piece. It does happen. So with that, we're looking at a website. We're looking at whether it's a Placester website or not. What are the key components of an amazing website for 20?
Yeah, that's a good kickoff. So I think two things to start with. Number one, Tristan's right about content creation, right? Placester made a really concerted effort to build a platform that could support any of our own users creating content to help them get found through AEO and SEO, and then building an engine that they can just like turn on either by itself or alongside of the work they're going to do on their own. But I love that you brought up too, like this can be used on any platform, assuming that there are some table stakes that we're going to talk about that your platform supports. So Placester does a phenomenal job with this. If you want to talk to us about it, we'd love to. But you should be able to use this, like I said, on kind of any top performing real estate specific site out there. So we'll jump into that. Before we do, can we get some comments? How many people have their own site? And I'd love to know if, number one, you have your own site, a site through your broker, or no site at all. And then do you love it? Like, are you getting results?
Brent, brokerage site, not
Okay.
my own yet. Carl says he's got his own real estate platform,
Okay. Great.
right? And then on the Facebook end, we've got brokerage. The majority are brokerage
A lot
sites.
of brokerage. That checks. That checks for see out there. So I want to start with like what I think is going on out there. So if nobody's out there going, or someone's out there saying like the website piece, how important, you would be shocked that I would tell you still 30 or 40% of people come to Placester and they don't have a site at all. And some of it's because they're brand new to the industry, which you obviously get a pass on your first day, your first week, your first month. But we talk to people that have been in the industry for years. And we're not like, oh, I only do one deal a year. These are people that are doing 3, 5, 10 transactions a year without a site. And that's the like number one thing I tell people is even if it's not with Placester, for the love of God, like get yourself online because 90% of people still start their search, right? And even if it's a direct referral, like, hey, I know Tristan, he's great, work with him, they still are going to look you up.
Casey, on that note, really quick, I'm going to stop sharing just to talk to you.
Yeah.
On having a website, when we're looking at having a website, is that because people are going to go search on AI and it's going to capture the information from my website to showcase that I have a presence outside of maybe Instagram or LinkedIn? Or is it a combination of other things as well? Like, well, we can actually get business from it outside of people searching, meaning they're going to go to a blog, they're going to
I'm
go
going to
to
show you
this.
that. I'm going to
Okay.
show you why I think it's extreme. I start here because I still have to convince people sometimes, like,
Oh, dude, this
imagine.
weekend I got a coach, okay? Full conversation for an hour with we had other people on, but he was telling me, Tristan, websites, you don't need a website anymore. Websites are like old. I'm like, dude, I couldn't say anything because it wasn't my session, but I was thinking, I was like, dude, I don't
Well,
think so.
I mean, people look at this second one, like they look at it an average of 5 different agents. And so it's not that people are like, oh, I got Tristan as a referral and I just move on and I pick up the phone and call him. It's that like they get a few different names, they like do their own research and like buyers and sellers, they're out there looking, right? They're
Yeah.
out there looking for people. And so that fourth stat, 4 out of 5, this is to me where it's like crazy because only 70% of the time, there's only one single agent that a buyer ends up interviewing and then they work with them. That means that at that 70% of the time, 4 of those 5 agents that got looked up, they just didn't
Oh,
impress. There wasn't something there that's compelling. And that to me is the like, people are out there. Your buyers and sellers are searching it. For every referral that you get, that's like, oh, so and so said you were great to work with. There's probably
mhm.
4 or 5 other referrals who got your name. They Googled you and they like maybe weren't as impressed as the other 3 or 4 agents. And so if you focus on nothing else, remember that even your word of mouth referrals, they're going to Google you because that to me is a big miss.
100%.
Um, all right. So what I see people doing wrong out there, I'm going to start with reverse presence. And
Okay.
I think this is largely due to cost, right? But people love to start with I'm going to do Instagram first. I'm going to do Facebook first. I'm going to go get my Zillow profile up. All of those things you need to do. But my pitch to you is that's not the first thing you do. It's the second thing you do as the website being your foundation, right? And we'll talk about this, but
Mm.
a few months back, we looked at sites where people built out a bio on their website that then they could copy the bio from their site and they're using it on Zillow. They're using it on homes.com. They're using it on Facebook. They're using it everywhere. And
Oh,
so that
interesting.
reverse presence, start with your site, then let the site stamp out to everywhere else. That'll be a main theme we cover a few slides from now.
Oh, dude, I
Um,
love that idea. I don't think I've ever thought about having the web. I mean, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but you
no,
just gave
love
me
it.
a new way of looking at this. If I build the website first and kind of like use it as an outline of how I'm going to show up in the world,
Yeah.
meaning I've got a blog,
Yep.
content, I've got my socials on there, right? Make sure they're all logged on. I've got an IDX search,
Yep.
right? I've got the downloadable content for everybody. Dude, that's actually brilliant. I never thought of that.
It goes into number 2, which is like when you do it the way that you just described, you create a consistency that can be used both digitally, right? Everywhere we just mentioned digital, but like that bleeds into the mailers you're going to do with a QR
Yeah.
code. That bleeds into the
Mm.
business card you're going to print out, right? Everything's got to look the same. And I get it. Like people move brokerages in this industry, right? People like
A
they go
lot.
up market, they go down market. But you'd be so shocked at how many times I'll look up an agent before a call, before like a coaching call, and I'll see their Zillow profile still says they're like with KW, but they've got a site that's like Coldwell Banker, and then they've got an Instagram profile that was like with their local brokerage. I'm like, is the same person working for 4 different brokerages, or do they just not go and update this everywhere? That's a big one. It's not just colors. Like consistency is like, where do I work? Who do I help? How do I help them? Let it be the same across your site and across everywhere else on the internet. Um, the last one irks me, and we've had product meetings so many times over about this one, but it's this weird generic. Everybody who builds a site, right? We got to give them something. We give usually a canned bio or something, and so people stick with it. And I could look
Mhm.
at Placer sites from 8 years ago that
Dude.
have the same bio because no one ever went in and updated it. So
I feel like you're picking on me with the last two.
no, 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 no. You
I'm
you
like,
get
okay,
you get
dude.
high
I
scores.
know I suck on number two. It still says Keller Williams and EXP. I just checked
Hey,
this
hey,
weekend. That's
you
terrible.
said it, not me. You said it,
Oh,
not
it's
me.
so good.
But so what we did at Playster to especially solve number 3 was we started building every single Playster website by doing AI research on everybody that comes to us to build them a bespoke and personalized site.
Mm.
Yes, look and feel, but content. So every site comes with a bio that we wrote. Go ahead.
Does that include when you're talking about this being a key component, right? Bios, content,
Yeah.
all. I think a key component is the bespoke part, right?
Yes,
Because it makes it for you. Is that also part of the 3 minute or less website you create, or is
it
that separate?
is. No, it's totally there. I mean, we pull in your reviews, your testimonials. We use that information to craft a bio for all of our customers. we do it for people just in our free trial, because your bio, your look and feel, your covered areas, even we do free blog content for people when they get started. It's all got to be unique to you. If it looks like the other agent down the street bought the same exact product, you are impressing nobody, right? I've been to like pizza places in Boston where I can tell they bought the same Wix site as their
Ooh.
competitor. And you're like, man, like maybe your product is better, but like you kind of just mailed it in here. You didn't even really update the like, why here, why not somewhere else. And so that one's got to be changed up. We do it automatically, but if you bought a platform, like go scan your site. I have been on sites before where people think everything is custom to them and they realize a placeholder landing page just looks generic. So like do an audit on yourself.
Yeah, I see some stock images overused on some
Oh
websites.
God, I could
Yeah.
pick out 5 pictures if I could never see them again. Oh man. And remember, like, this isn't just for like you to feel good. It is incredibly difficult for the engines, AEO, SEO, to find you if there's not a consistent place for them to refer and build up credibility to say, oh, this guy does still work at EXP. I could see it in 4 different places, not just one here, KW there. So remember, like, that's the only way you're going to actually get cited, is if these search engines can actually trust you. You become authoritative. We're going to talk more about that. All right. So I think this was the point we were kind of bringing up before. My pitch here is like your website, again, Placester or not, it is going to matter for everything you do when it comes to lead gen. And I think word of mouth is the most palpable one, and your sphere is probably a close second. Everyone who comes to me is like, I don't know if I need to invest in my site because ... I work off of referrals. And so what happens? The referral, I work with Casey. He was great. If you're going to
Mhm.
list, you should check him out. And then that referral right there, they Google search you. They look you
Mm,
up. They go to
mhm.
Claude. They go to wherever, because they got your name and number does not mean they're going to pick up the phone and call you.
That's true.
And so you got to have a site that backs up that, right? Your sphere nurture, when you're sending out emails, what are those emails going to have in them? They're going to have clickable links that go back to things like search pages on your site. All of your
Mhm.
inbound marketing for AEO and SEO, all that great content that Placester creates for our customers or people do on their own, it's all going to feed the machine. And your site is that origin, right? So the site that actually posts that content is the same thing that's going to get found and come back to the site. So it's this two-way street here. No matter what kind of lead gen you're doing,
Mm.
you got to have something for people to find. It is really that central destination for all people that are going to look you up, whether they know you over on the word of mouth warmer side or on that cold outreach. For those of you who I love cold outreach. I've been doing it my whole career. Like, if you're still doing this, you're leaving voicemails.
Yeah.
Guess what? If I get a voicemail for someone I don't know, I'm looking them up before I call them back.
Yeah. Or I'm deleting it.
Or you're
Just
deleting it.
saying it. I don't even
I
listen.
know. But hey, I hear people starting themselves out in the industry, still doing this. So if you're going to do it, have the site to back it up when somebody does. When that one
Interesting.
person, not like Tristan, doesn't delete your voicemail, they go look you up.
Casey, hold on. Go back, because I love that slide. I already took a picture of it. If I don't have a website as a central destination for all of this, what would I what would I have? Like, if I can't afford a website and I'm new, where does this all go? Just to help people out if I don't have that option.
Yeah, it's a few things. So there are the less expensive, which is why I think people start with social. That's an easy one to start with because you can go spin up a Meta business account. You can have a Zillow. Go to all the places where you can do it for free.
Oh,
Now,
got it. So like Instagram, you can all
yes,
visit my Instagram. I could
go to
do my best.
Facebook, get your
Yeah.
Zillow profile, your homes.com, like
Got
go to
it.
all the places. Your broker probably has a bio page for you. Even if it's not your own site, you've probably got a little page. Just don't do nothing. But if you're going to do it and you're going to put the effort in, I mean, Placer does a great job at helping people for 60, $70 a month, right? And that's with listings and IDX. But if you have to go to Squarespace or Wix, where there's no real search solution, but you can at least have a starting point, do something to have a profile start to get built for yourself.
This is good. Thanks, man.
All right, I'm going to go back to this concept, right? We talked about this. Define it once, use it everywhere else. I love the term master copy. We try to make it really easy at Placester to have the master copy created for you, but obviously it's all editable. You can copy and put it anywhere else. Um, this visual branding, I'm going to show you this
Oh,
customer.
that's
Um,
nice.
it's a beautiful site. I love their
Ooh,
logo. Their
I love their
colors are
colors.
bright, but like there's no mistaking these visuals here, right? They've got it everywhere on their site, which I love. They have not lost that consistency of
Oh,
their branding.
wow.
All right,
Wait,
let's pop over.
did you
Yeah, go
guys
ahead.
build this or did they
A
build?
mix. It was a mix of both. Placester was starting point. They finished the thought. They've got a great team. So they've used a lot of people at their team who contributed to getting this site over the finish line.
I love it.
All right, let's go here, right? We're on Facebook. What do
Oh,
we see? A
wow. I
similar
see
thing.
it
We've got the
now.
logo. I see purple. I got the colors going.
Mm.
And then this one, this is a hard one to do. I'll show you this. So you go to Zillow. Zillow hates anything but Zillow Blue. And what I
Oh,
love that this company did, you can see just this purple outline. Like,
that was actually smart.
right? Like I go to Zillow, I'm like, I've never seen purple on Zillow before. And like they did it, right? So
They
this idea,
framed the YouTube video graphic purple. That makes so
it's
that's so
right. It's
smart.
just like these subtle little details that like may not seem like a big deal at the
Mm.
time, but it's if I see that color purple, everywhere I see their branding, I see the same thing. That is seared into my brain.
Dude, we
Um,
should interview them. Are they open to it?
let's do it. I'm gonna call them after this and tell them I featured you on our podcast. People loved your site. Like,
Yeah.
talk to us about what you're doing here because I think they set a great example for it.
Oh, great one.
Um, having well-established target markets, like I love this. If you've been to Chicago before, Tristan, through your travels,
Yes,
you
I
must
love Chicago.
love Chicago. So if you talk about Chicago to anybody that's from Chicago, this idea of communities or neighborhoods, this is how they live and breathe and die, right? You know, people
Yeah.
like I have friends that literally live in neighborhood A that butts up against neighborhood B, and they couldn't think that they're more far apart from each other and they're all unique and they think they're the best. And I love this site,
100%.
buy, sell, love chicago.com. Their site's awesome. Shay Hada, she's been with us for such a long time,
Mm.
but you can tell she knows her market, right? She has carved out all these painless, these are little areas, right? Between Lincoln Square and something like
Mm.
DePaul, like they're just right next to each other. But she knows that if you're looking in Bucktown, you're probably not also looking in Gold Coast.
That's
And it's
true.
important to make those distinctions, even if they're only a few blocks from each other.
A couple
So
of questions.
yeah,
Are those her images, or did you
these
populate
are a
them?
mix. Some of these are her images, some of these are stock.
Perfect.
Like you go to
And then
Placester, I
what
love
happens if I click on one of them? Click on like
check out like
anyone.
Lincoln Park. Let's see. We should have some listings here. So she's
Okay,
got a
so I have
little
a
write
quick
up.
image, a
Yep.
write-up for
Yep.
AEO SEO. I love
Yep.
that.
Amenities about the area, transportation options,
Dude,
shopping, and
you
then
know
it goes
what?
right into
Can I
active
do X?
listings. Yep. Yep.
You know what we should do now that you showed me these? We should do a whole session on community pages.
Oh, let's
I
put on
just
the list. I
I
love
just
that.
wrote that I just wrote that down
So
because
much
then
you
you're
can
gonna
do.
help me. How do I build it? What do I need in it? What's
Yep.
important? Why is it important? I love that.
We've got some great ones from customers. So have those target markets, establish them, define them, and don't make them generic. Think about if you were buying in your town, how would you
Mm,
talk about
mm,
it? How do people talk about it? Don't be scared to use really local nomenclature. I talk about Boston a lot. Like here in the city, the way that we talk about the city is very specific. So if I'm
mhm.
selling and I'm working with people that live and breathe and know the city, make sure they see the words on the page and they go, oh yeah, like this person knows what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And having a little bit of unique expertise. Like I love that when I go to your sites, Tristan, I look you up, like the fact that you have this, you're a coach, right? You've got a voice in the industry, like that comes out when I see your sites out there because that's something that's unique about you and your expertise. I picked this customer here. I love this site. This is a
This is a huge
beautiful site,
site.
but construction, this is a big thing. Like, should I rebuild or should I list my house and, sell it? So this rebuild or
Mm,
sell, you're going to see it kind of all throughout strategic guidance. I just think that this, like, I know how I can help my buyers and sellers. Let me give them an
mm.
alternative angle So somebody might look at this and go, I would never consider a rebuild. This isn't for me. But a lot of people look at this and they go, huh, I never thought about that. Like, this is a unique value prop for this agent that I'm not getting
Yeah.
from other people. Um,
Dude, I love that.
okay. So other things that are going on, sold listings. We've talked about this one before. If you've been on our webinars, having sold listings and past performance live on your own site, I think is extremely important. I've
Yep.
seen so many people have copies of their sold listings on like a page at their broker site. They switch brokerages and all of a sudden it looks like they've kind of never done a transaction before. And
Mm.
so I think having your own site is so important, but having your own listings, regardless of what brokerage you were at when these transactions happened, this one is going to be huge.
That's wait,
Um,
question on that one. Do you guys add that automatically
we do it
to a page?
automatically, just like the community pages. Listings
Perfect.
get updated as they come on and off the market. Anytime somebody has a sold, all people are doing with Placester is connecting their agent ID or broker ID. And
Mm.
then we auto populate those pages if a new sold listing happens on the buy or sell side. Um, I'd love to hear too, if people can drop a comment, what are you doing for reviews and testimonials? And I'd love to know if you
Mm.
have an automated tool that you're doing with this. That'd be like my first question. And my second question is, how often? Is this every single client you work with? Is it when I remember? So drop it in. Um, I could read you like stats until we're all bored and go to sleep here about how reviews and testimonials on your site are just as important. They say that it's is to buyers and sellers out there, seeing an online review and testimonial is 88% as effective as getting a word of mouth, review or testimonial from a colleague or a friend. And so consider these like your gold. If you've done a transaction, you
Casey,
gotta have these
should we go to Zillow, Google, your
everywhere.
own,
They
do them
should be
all?
everywhere. Playster is great because you can aggregate all of those sources onto your website. And so I love back this idea of a master copy. Let your Google reviews that you ask for show up on your Playster site. Let your Zillow review show up on your Playster site. Let your testimonial tree or real satisfied review show up on your Playster site. So
Hmm.
you can ask people, like some people don't like to leave Google reviews because they don't have a Google account and it's kind of a pain in the ass. So they'd rather go to Zillow or they'd rather go to Yelp. And so
Sure.
everyone's going to leave them in different places. Ask for them everywhere, especially if you have an automatic tool that makes this easy. But regardless of where you get them from, you got to have a central database where they all live together. So it doesn't look like onesie twosies everywhere. If you've got 15, but they're all spread out, put them all on your site together.
And then you guys compile those and put them all in one place for us,
They're
right?
all in one place. You can host it on. I love when people put them on their homepage. I think it's like you get 70% of your traffic on your homepage anyways. So
Yeah, true.
like sell yourself there on why people love to work with you. Um,
Hmm.
your social, we already looked at a social site. I think this one's pretty straightforward. Most people do a decent job at this. Um, and have downloadables, like get things out there on your site that are valuable for people, because not only is that amazing content to give to people that are already working with you, like, hey, I know we talked, a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to send this along to you. But it's a great opportunity to
Yeah.
touch people that are colder in your sphere. And it's a great opportunity to restructure this stuff as fodder for all the engines to find you. So you get this kind of trifecta of people at all different stages in the funnel when you have assets like that you can share.
So true. I love
If you
that.
if you haven't used Claude or one of those to help build you one, I mean, we could send some prompts in after this. Like there are great prompts to get this built for you. The
Hmm.
ages of like, I got to pay a lot of money to like buy this from somewhere and rebrand it. Those days are over. Just so much of this is accessible now. Um, all right. I put this up every time because after every single webinar we do, our team will get probably 4 to 5 calls specifically about AEO. Hey, I don't think I quite got it. I'm not sure what I should be doing. These are the 4 things that should, again, be like
Hmm. No,
burned
that's
in,
a
right?
privilege. Thank
Your
you.
site briefing file, your structured data. I say it all the time, but if you don't know if your current site provider does this for you, ask them. Because if they don't do this for you, again, we do this automatically at Placester for all of our customers. But if they don't do this for you and this isn't happening, you will not be found by Claude. You will not be found by Gemini. These places are just going to ignore you, right? We talk about this 91% of real estate sites that get ignored. It's largely because they just don't have the technical back end. So even if they do build this great content with the right structure for the answer sandwich, they've got the experience next piece. If you don't have the tech to back it up,
The answer
sorry, you're not going to be
sandwich.
found.
Dude, hold on. The answer sandwich. That's actually really good.
Man, we restructured all of our content at Placester. So we do our blogs and stuff. We have all of our blogs that follow this structure because we can see the signals, right? We see what's going on. That's
Mm-hmm.
telling all these answer engines about what should be happening. We even do these little snippets up here,
Yep,
right? We
yep.
give you a kind of a quick answer. So you could read through the content. We love these call outs. We try to do this where it's valuable for a consumer who's looking quickly, but it's also really valuable for the AEO platforms to pick it up. So you get kind of a two for here. It's not just to feed the machine. It's also to make it valuable when somebody lands on it.
Dude. Sorry, I'm taking notes on this.
Yeah.
So you're gonna build the answer sandwich so Google eats it. There you go.
Google eats it. Everybody eats it. That's just like, it's got to happen. And we do the SEO work in the background too. And so I know AEO gets all the attention right now, but in the back of all the Placer sites, we're doing meta titles, meta descriptions, all that's happening. We're taking care of it for you.
I love that, man. All right, how do people reach you if they have questions about what you guys can build, if they want to test out the 3-minute website or just use it as a blog, whatever?
Can we get the QR code up?
Yep, let me get you. There we go. It's the new small and improved one, Casey.
Look at that.
It's kind of cute.
I love it. Yeah. You can start a free trial with us, test the product out yourself. You could book time to talk to me or some of my team about this if you've got specific questions. But don't go this rest of this year without a site.
I agree. And then I would watch part of this replay and see what you're missing and then see how you can add that and then be very strategic if you are going to go with Playster or you're going to restructure your own website. Just be very strategic as to what you need to add that's important to this answer sandwich as well. Like what about the website sandwich? Like the whole thing, right?
I make a mean sandwich, so whether
Wait, what
it's
kind of sandwich do you like? Are you like a
Italian,
Reuben? Do you like a
Italian.
dude? All right, everybody, jump in on Playster, check them out, build a site in 3 minutes or less, one that AI actually cares about, and make sure you watch to create the right answer sandwich so that you're found. Casey, thanks so much, buddy.
Sandwich, I'll build one for you. Thanks, Tristan.
Thanks. Thanks,
Bye.
everybody. Have an awesome day. Have a great week.